It's Wednesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, have the ladies with me. Hello, Tokwe Makodige. How are you?
I'm grateful to God. Feel like sleeping, but really, really grateful to God. You know how you're tired, but you're not feeling it. So yesterday we went to site and we shot in the rain. The sun came out. The rain fell again. We just kept saying that this is the only window of time we have because the weather forecast says it's going to rain all week. So if we don't do it now, who knows? It might rain all through the month. But I really, really felt like I felt proud of my team because despite the rain, despite everything, they showed up and kept shooting and working and were able to do a whole lot of work in one day. Got back home really late yesterday and feeling very happy, right.
Fantastic.
And then I have a meeting today with the IVF clinic, Mr. Amzat. He came around and last week, and the Dr. Amzat that was here last week, and I think he's going to give us a good deal for like 10 people's IVF. So we're going to negotiate out. By God's grace, I'll have good news to announce tomorrow.
Fantastic.
Really looking forward to that meeting.
Alaja Nima Akashat Zabere. How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm grateful to God. Today is Baba. Our grandpa went to see on Sunday. Today is his 75th birthday. He's SNA Kalula. I'm trying to remember the first name, and so I'm stalling. Baba Boss says what all of us call you. Yes, he was our father. Everybody's dad. Baba Boss said, happy birthday, sir. I hope you're watching. And I pray for healthier, longer, more beautiful years for you. Happy birthday, sir.
Fantastic.
But yesterday, I talked about Loma not picking up the waste, and so they came and called the estate, and the chairman was calling everybody at 11:48 p.m. when we are at the wishes meeting. I was certainly far off in the door. There's no possibility I could have heard. So we woke up this morning and saw that there were missed calls, and people were being asked if they don't have their waste. I don't have my waste on the street.
Right.
It's in my compound, and so those of us who lock our waste inside, nobody carried it. So we still have our waste in our house. Thank you very much.
So you have to take it to the place where they're going to pick it up from.
No, they knock and we
Usually
open. So they come at time when living beings
Right.
are supposed to be able to answer them. Not when we are far off.
Mariam, how you doing?
I'm fine. I read something today on my way to work, and we were just talking about how we're raising our children. And it reminded me of something that happened yesterday. I went somewhere and we got into the lift, and there was a much, much older lady in the lift. And everyone that got into there, she was in there before the rest of us. And everybody that walked in, nobody said good morning or hello to her. It was just normal. And then when we were leaving, everybody just walked out. She didn't even, you could see she was trying to find her. I had to, step ma and helped her. And then we got down to the stairs, and she had like her children come to pick her up. And when she was leaving, she turned to me and held my hand and said, and just prayed for me and greeted me. I was like, when did we become like this? Like, it's just normal to just move around. We don't say hello to people. We don't care about our elderly. It was just okay. She just needed someone to help her, hold her hand, walk her down the stairs or something. Everybody was just too busy. It's not, our eyes up on our phones. And I thought, that was scary. But that was one. Second thing was my whole day yesterday. Different calls and messages asking what happened to Morayo. How come? It's like,
if your phone
what is happening? I cannot even imagine what you were going. So what happened to Morayo? Did you resign? Have you resigned? Have you been thrown out? Are you sacked? What is happening?
I voluntarily resigned, and please, we were coming up with all sort of conspiracy theories. Please, nothing like that happened. Blame them. I indeed resigned because I really want to move on and do other things. There's so many things I want to do in my heart and I've not been able to do, and I just think it's time for me to do that. So it has nothing to do with any conspiracy theories people are putting, and it's not government, please. Tell them. Please.
They've given you appointments.
All the appointments you've got.
My father will be spinning in the grave. I'm a daughter of a human rights activist. I'm a daughter of a human rights lawyer. I'm a daughter of a civil rights activist. So government is not really that, it's not the height for me, but it's about the people. So for me, I'm really excited about the next phase, and it's pretty exciting. So
that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll look at the front pages of the paper. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
for merger, acquisition to raise capital base. Blaming Tinubu for North's problems, deceitful, says Sani. US visa to attract $15,000 bond. Police arrest sisters for faking abduction to extort 5 million naira from father. Defection to ADC deletes Kwara PDP. Lekki Ikorodu residents get flood relocation notice. Plan to revive textile factory in upward swing. And First Lady's renewed hope initiative lifts Mokwa flood victims with 1 billion naira. Okay, which are the major stories? Go ahead.
Should I start with the textile? So the federal government moves to revive textile sector. The Minister for State, Industry, Trade and Investment, Senator John Eno, decided to go and, do like a tour of all the key textile industries in Kaduna, while telling us what we already know about how this will boost job creation and economic growth. He underscored the need to revive the Kaduna United Nigerian Textile Limited, saying, of course, it will restore confidence in our textile company, heritage, and catalyze broader industrial growth. And he attributed these wins to, the possible wins to reinvesting in this sector. I just was a bit not encouraged when I was reading this, because this is overdue. And we're doing this now is making headline in the wrong way, repeating what we already know. We need the jobs. As much as they're investing in other sectors, this should already have kickstarted. I would have loved that they were reopening as opposed to just touring, but it's okay.
Yeah, I have this very interesting story. Sisters that have been arrested for faking their abduction in order to extort 5 million naira from their father. So the FCT command, police command, have arrested 2 sisters, Leadway Innocent and Joy Innocent. They had staged a fake abduction to extort 5 million naira from their dad. The police said they arrested the 2 accomplices in Jikoyi Phase 2, Abuja. So they said that Mr. Innocent had reached out, reported to Jikoyi Police Division that his 16-year-old daughter, Leadway Innocent, had gone missing. She left home July 18th to sit for an examination at Government Secondary School in Cairo, and then later received a call from an unknown person demanding 5 million naira for her release. Of course, he went to the police station. They said they launched a discreet investigation. A phone number was used to contact the complaint, so they were able to trace anyway the call, and lo and behold, they found this Leadway in company of one Mrs. Tina Mayowa, the wife of one Mr. Mayowa Adedeji. They said they were seen eating and conversing. There were no signs of distress. Obviously, you could tell that they were on this together. Then Leadway's sister, Joy, who her boyfriend is the Mayowa Adedeji. So it looks like there's a husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Mayowa, and the Joy is the girlfriend to the Mr. Mayowa.
And they're all involved.
Yeah, and they're all involved.
Very messy.
Husband, wife, boyfriend, daughters, everybody involved. And so that was how they were all arrested and taken away. How sad. How sad for any parent.
When there are genuine cases of kidnapping.
Yes.
That had not been dealt
that your
with.
child is willing to be able to put you through that.
Very sad. I have the story of, it's a major headline, insurance firm sets for merger acquisition to raise capital. So there's a reform. This is the Nigerian Insurance Industry Reform 2025 bill, which is by the president, and the goal of it is part of everything being done to actualize the $1 trillion economy target by the president at this current administration. So the act is repealing, the act has repealed and consolidated all outdated insurance legislation into a single modern framework. And there's going to be a lot of mergers and acquisitions in the insurance industry. So for life insurance businesses, they are moving from 2 billion that they need to now have 10 billion naira. For non-life insurance firms that used to be capitalized at 3 billion, now they have to have 15 billion naira. And for reinsurance companies, from 10 billion, they now need to have 35 billion naira. The president yesterday directed the NICOM, that's the National Insurance Commission, to administer and implement the provisions of this NIR NIIRA 2025, and that it would unlock greater potential within the insurance industry. Now, all the developed countries, insurance is actually even bigger than banking sector. I don't know how we're doing it in Nigeria that insurance is not that big because we don't patronize them. But if they have more capital base that they can pay claims faster, many Nigerians probably opt for insuring everything around them. So we should see a bigger economy with this move.
Okay, so the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, yesterday donated ₦1 billion, 2,000 bags of rice, clothes, shoes, and other relief materials to victims of the natural disasters and insecurity across Niger State. She made the donation at the government house in Mina. She said the donation was part of the Renewed Hope Initiative's commitment to restoring dignity and hope to displaced Nigerians. She directed that the money be used to provide accommodation and major essentials to enable the displaced families get back their lives and get on their feet, earn good living, and have a better life. Okay, moving on now to the Punch.
There's a lot of controversy around this 1 billion that the First Lady has been giving. So I don't know, is it appropriated? Is it the budget? Is it a personal fund? Is it government fund? How was it approved from the renewed?
Is it donated from various people? People can also do private sector.
Yes, so it would be good. 1 billion. To avoid people assuming where the money came from, it would be good for official press release to come from the office of the First Lady to say how this money is coming from, and because the agenda of what she's trying to do is good, but is now a little bit of mud is being rubbed on that agenda because of the source of the funds.
That's why we keep saying we need systems where things are done properly, is documented. You can't just show up and say I have ₦1 billion. You know where exactly does it come from. So I understand that sentiment. The Punch. FG warns of 5-day flooding in 19 states.
Again.
CBT fears surge after decade worst WASI results. Presidential jet gobs ₦26.38 billion in 18 months. 2027 elections, Atiku Obi reject controversial party registration bill. FG inaugurates national MSMEs and grants and clinics in Akure. 60-year-old Nigerian found dead with stabbed wounds in the UK. Banking booms with $3.1 billion foreign inflows in 3 months. And first holdco to dispose shares after Osudeko's exit. I can bet that
major headline.
The Abikadabri story.
I did, but it's Miriam that has it. Okay. I have the major headline. So the federal government.
No, that's what I have. I have the major headline.
Okay, so
yeah, I gave you that story. Don't worry. I have the major headline.
Let me take the jet story.
I have the major headline.
Unfortunately, now we have to go on a break. We come back. We continue with our review. Stay with us.
Miriam is for sale.
Right back.
I have the major headline.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Confidence is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can help, even if they get her into trouble sometimes. A great smile is
Imagine a country with over 300 plenty languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo? Where we get a common language where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self and every person where they for street. That's now why we dey introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station. Station where they unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show, Waiting Day, with your brother, your friend, Wale Po.
Everywhere. So, Bobo.
You a job for this time.
This is not Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Aww.
Now we be what's up Naija crew. Now we they give you wetin dey sup for inside we country.
Yes, so
keep it locked.
If God be your papa, why you not gonna make younger?
compound wahala. Now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, you right here. Nobody better than we, right?
Okay, now whispers be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go hear.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Breaking news isn't just about speed, but more importantly, about fact and accuracy. It is responsible journalism, being ahead, unbiased, sensitive, in telling the stories that people would want to hear in a way that protects their sanity and for the public good. And it goes beyond breaking the news to actually following up, exploring all the angles, engaging newsmakers, tracking impact, all geared towards informing, educating, and setting agenda for the people. Breaking news is holistic, entire, complete. It's about you, me, and then.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. Who has a story?
Yes,
okay.
I do. Major headlines. So the federal government, there's a forecast of heavy rainfall over a 5-day period that may trigger flooding across 19 states and 76 locations. This warning was issued yesterday, Tuesday, by the National Flood Early Warning System Center of the Federal Ministry of Environment, and it's calling all stakeholders and residents to take urgent precautionary measures. They said the flood, this comes as we remember, as we know, Ogun and Gombe states on Tuesday, and some other states, Plateau, Anambra, parts of Lagos were affected by flooding already. So the report gives a whole list of the different locations in different states that will be affected by this flooding. But as we know, in Nigeria, it has become a yearly occurrence, and it has claimed many lives, destroyed properties. They said last year 31 states were reportedly affected by flooding, causing hundreds of deaths, injuring thousands of people, and affecting 1.2 million. But we had recently, the National Economic Council approved the release of intervention funds to support nationwide flood mitigation and response efforts. NEC approved the disbursement of 3 billion each to 36 states and the federal capital, 1.5 billion naira to the Federal Ministry of Budget and National Planning, 1.5 billion to Federal Ministry of Environment, 1.5 to the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation, and 10 billion to NEMA. NEMA showed that no fewer than 165 persons have died so far, and 82 missing. 791 persons have been affected by this year's flooding alone. We talk about 138 people who have sustained various degrees of injuries, many displaced, over 8,000 farmlands destroyed across 43 local government areas in these 19 states. So the story with this is, we sit down here and we say the same thing every year. So I understand the intervention funds to help to relocate people, place them when the floods happen. We need to do much more about how to prevent yes, and I remember when we went for this thing in China, they talked about different ways that they have, added in their system to protect their people. And then when floods are about to come, they have something called like an alarm system that goes off long before the flood reaches, and people are able to relocate before it affects them.
But this forecast of 5-day rainy period that started yesterday, I think we should take it seriously. Yeah. Because we can see the evidence.
Already
I have the human interest.
Okay.
So the UK, what did they call them? British Transport Police announced the death that they responded to a distress call from an address. When they got there, they found a 60-year-old Nigerian woman in Kiruchima who had multiple stab wounds on her body, and she was declared dead at the location. They continued their investigation and says it must have a link with a 20-year-old Nigerian who had died at the train tracks in the same Romford station that day, the same day. So they are investigating further and asking people who have any links to help with it. And they've given a link to reach out to the police to give you more information about what might happen. But they think that they are connected, and that's
So I have the story of the presidential jets gulping 26.38 billion naira within 18 months of this administration. The 18 months was measured from July 2023 to December 2024. They said that it was mainly for operational and logistical upkeep of the fleets, and in comparison to what the former president spent between 8-year period, this seemed very huge. However, analysis, the information was from GovSpend, which is a civic tech platform that tracks government expenditure, and they revealed how the disbursements were made. I'm sure all Nigerians now, they've heard of GovSpend, they'll go and be following that platform. But they said it might be because of the naira to dollar exchange rates that ballooned, and because all the repair and maintenance of the jets are being done in dollars, so the naira value would definitely be impacted. Some experts also are saying that it might be because the president has a huge fleet, but it seemed to be tilted more towards the fact that it is the dollar rate that has made the price go so high. But let people track what this is a conversation that is good to have, an awareness that is good to have, and we can then hold the president accountable to say, "Oga, please reduce this cost as a part of your own sacrifice for the nation."
Okay, Daily Sun, 2027 PDP zones presidency to South. Really? Just hit me. Gunmen kill businessman inside church in Akwa Ibom. I've been vindicated for not choosing Wike as vice presidential candidate, says Atiku. FG awards 4.2 billion naira grants for innovation and entrepreneurship. APC raises issues over Adelike's absence. My one-term presidency will focus on reforms, not personal ambition, says Obi. An Anglican church cuts ties with Wales counterpart over LGBT issues. Let me take the Labour Party former presidential candidate, Peter Obi, who has reiterated again in his Twitter page, stating that his political ambition is driven by desire to make Nigeria work, not a personal gain. He said that he was stressing that he has never engaged in thuggery, ballot box snatching, or electoral malpractice throughout his political career. He said that he was surprised that his decision to do one term 4 years is giving the mandate to lead this country and is generating much agitation. People at different fora have expressed disbelief on his decision. So he was saying that he insisted that good governance is achievable within 4 years, especially when sincere approach to tackling corruption is there. I've never been desperate for power or anything else for that matter. So again, it's still part of the policies, and we'll see how that goes.
In the same political news, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar is responding to the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike's. You know, he now has a monthly media chat. So the one for this month has already been held, where he said that if he were the son of the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, he would counsel him to stop jumping from one political party to another, saying that he has left the PDP now for ADC. He was pushing for a coalition, now he's just, attacking. And then Atiku now responded that I have been vindicated. Nobody takes Wike seriously anymore. That a person who worked against his own political party just because he lost at the presidential primary, even though before the election, the voting started at that venue, he had said that anybody that emerged, I will work with him. And now, the moment he did not emerge as the winner of the primaries, he went ahead and worked against his party. That Atiku, cannot remain in the same party with such a person, which is why he has left the party for him, and that nobody takes him seriously, they don't trust him.
What caught my attention is PDP zoning president. So that sounds like Jonathan.
I think the person, because this was written by his spokesperson.
Sounds like
Atiku's spokesperson, one Paul Ibe, his media aide.
Potential candidate if they are zoning.
Yes, no, that's in the.
Just say that when I saw PDP zones presidency to South, that's what came to my mind immediately.
To South.
That's what came to my mind immediately.
Because obviously it's not Atiku again.
If you have Peter Obi, who is in the party as his vice, which is what they are nominating. That's the idea they're having.
It's in Labour.
Peter Obi can actually go back to PDP.
He's PDP.
I know this.
He's in PDP. That's why he's vice in Labour Party.
Politicians with their politics.
Exactly.
Well, I wanted to respond to Mr. Media Aide, who wrote this thing. I did not remember the details of that presidential primary very well. If he was in Wike's position, would he not do the same? The details of that presidential primary was such a betrayal So if somebody had said, I work for whoever I emerge, it is in a transparent presidential primary that it would have been sustainable. Not the one that they sabotage.
Oh, are you speaking for Wiki now?
Yes, because that particular thing, he paid me on his behalf.
Yeah, there was a
all right, I want to take
the more you see, the less
the more you look, the less you see.
Good to
the more we read, the less we understand. Let me take the presidency. This one is clear and straight to the point. 4.2 billion naira has been approved for 158 research projects under the TED Fund. That's the Tertiary Education Trust Fund and National Research Fund 2024 Grant Circle. The approval followed the report of TED Fund and National Research Fund Screening and Monitoring Committee, which recommended the funding of 158 research proposals after rigorous screening exercise. And so this is good news because we know that there is no science and technology development without research, and we are not putting enough money into local research. So TED Fund has said the approved research works include development of sustainable eco-friendly walling system for low-cost housing in the rural communities of Nigeria, development of hybrid cubic fertilizer using plant-based binder for efficient nutrient release. They also said development of intelligent area robotic system for efficient weeding. So it's a lot within the agri and real estate sector. Then they also want to deploy development of an artificial intelligence-enabled Internet of Medical Things for military physiology monitoring and activity recognition system at war zone. And then a lot of Federal University of Technology, they said their highest number of awards were to Federal University of Technology, Minna, with 15 awards amounting to about 400 million naira. And then Ahmadu Bello University got 13 awards totaling 350 million. Federal University of Technology, Akure, with 12 awards. Then other University of Technology, Owerri, with 11, and all of that. So these universities are getting funding. The next thing is to now wait for the result of the research and, more importantly, implementation of the result of those research that has been funded with the government's fund.
I have a human interest story here. They said that in Ikot Okusun community, Ukana Fund local government area in Akwa Ibom State, they said gunmen barged into a church and killed someone. They said that the witnesses who were in a church during the church program said that these assailants, they came on motorcycles, they headed straight to the church hall, and then they shot the victim several times, stood over the victim to make sure that he was dead, and they walked away. Everybody in the church was, of course, scared and scampering to safety. The police have confirmed that this incident happened and that they found a locally made pistol at the scene. I mean, there's no safe place.
I don't even understand.
There's no safe place.
We have to run, but I don't know how we missed the Tigress. Zenith Bank gave them 200 million naira. I mean, it's all over the papers. I mean, I was just saying, I don't know if
that's the one we are clapping.
I mean,
private sector,
all over the papers. So thanks to Zenith Bank for giving them this.
You know, the CEO of Zenith is also a woman, so it's something she can.
Oh, right, that's true. So, yeah, congratulations again to the Tigers. They made us proud of the basketball team. Let's go on a very short break. When we come back, move on to our next segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
It's at the core of what we do at TVC News, and it's the honor of my life to serve you this news, fresh off the press.
TVC News, first with breaking news.
Good morning, Marina Station and all.
Cavities and long-lasting fresh bread.
Passengers. Efficient. It's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyingo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Welcome to our Haka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of Your View are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
I'm Nifemi Oguntoye, news anchor with TVC News. My day is usually busy and it's difficult keeping up with breaking news stories, trending stories, business news, stock exchange and what have you. But with TVC News on WhatsApp, I'm able to catch up with all the breaking news, real-time updates and trending stories on the go.
Thanks for staying with us. So breaking news coming from us, TVC News this morning. Mrs. Doyin Abiola, the former managing director of the National Concord and wife of the late business mogul MK Abiola, has died at the age of 82. May her soul rest in peace. More news concerning her death will be coming up towards the day. Welcome to the show, sir. Good to have you on the show. So today on the show, we're discussing the Lagos State government's crackdown on illegal estate development. It's been reported that the 176 estates without layout approvals in Etiosa, Aja, Ibejuleki, and Epe have been identified. These estates have a 21-day ultimatum to process approvals or face sanctions. Joining us in the studio today is Dr. Oluyinka Abiodun Olumide, Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development, Lagos State. He will be shedding light on the details of this action, including what prompted it and how it will impact developers and residents. He also elaborates on the importance of layout approvals, how this aligns with the state's sustainable development goals, and the role of LASRERA in regulating real estate. Welcome with us, our guest. Good to have you on the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Commissioner, this news broke yesterday, and everybody was wondering, okay, is our house safe? Are they going to demolish our houses? How do we start tracing if we have the appropriate documents? So I'd like to start from the point. What led to this?
Well, thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here, and it's important for us to let our people know exactly what is going on. So regarding the current information about 176 estates without layout approval, it's not actually new. I think sometimes in February or March of last year, we went around on enforcement around Ibejuleki, Ekpe, and Ikorodu, because what we've observed is that a lot of developers had gone in to purchase from the locals, so-called Omonile, with the idea of developing estates. And one of the very basic requirements of estate development is the layout. What we have presently is that for lands that are above 1 hectare, that's 10,000 square meters, developers are expected to get layout approval before the commencement of planning permits of the units of building within that estate. So we observe that from even the plans that we have, the purpose of plan, I really must commend Lagos State government for this effort, because we are about the only state, I'm able to say that, in Nigeria that's not joking with our plans and development. Now, what we have as the very first thing is, which is done by the Regional and Master Plan Department, is the zoning of the land. Now, when lands are zoned, what that simply means is that it enables orderliness, whereby you're able to demarcate areas that this portion should be for agricultural development, this area should be for industrial development, this area should be for recreational, this area should be for residential. And the infrastructures to be provided differs. It has to be such that it goes in line with what is being designed for. So, but what we've noticed in that area, Ibeju, Lekki, Ekpe, and Ikorodu, is that a lot of people have gone in to buy local lands that are not actually zoned for residential development. And of course, with that, they definitely cannot get approval. So then we went out, we approached them, and we cautioned them with the whole idea of stopping and doing the right thing. Ironically, we even have cases whereby a lot of our brothers and sisters in diaspora has committed a lot of money, because these people advertise online, and a lot of money has gone down the drain, for which definitely they will not be able to get approval to develop. So as a responsive government, we have to move all out with our power that we have and get them to do the right thing. This window that they have, this 21-day window, is for them to come forward and do the right thing. There are a lot of things that we
there are lots of questions for you.
Yes. Yeah. First question, sir, you said responsive government.
Yes.
But it seems like government is very slow to respond. Estates have been built, properties have been put up. There's work for that to have happened. There must have been they had related with government, different departments or departments related to yours. How did they go that far, so far, and then now you come up with a secular 21-day ultimatum? It just doesn't seem normal.
No, what we have various categories of misalignment. There are some that have just acquired the land and displayed their name, no paper, no anything yet. They started selling. They've done their own layout to their own level. Okay. That's one category. There are other categories that have actually approached, because in the layout approval, there is the first leg, which we call the provisional approval. Now, when applications are made, and the first leg of it is the provisional approval, which enables them to commence the basic infrastructure. So after putting the basic infrastructure in place, then they go further to now start applying for the individual planning permit for the buildings. So we have, and they're supposed to come back again after showing evidence of commencement of the infrastructural work. So some falls into that category. So it's not that we've been relaxing too long, that some of them are almost at maybe 50% of the approval process, some at 70%.
Oh, that for me, so please. So thank you so much for highlighting that, because the news actually came out on Monday.
Yeah.
Red and Lagos had a meeting Monday evening, and I was in the meeting. And one of the things that came out was there were like a few people that have come online to display their approval letters. Were there any people, was there any name, company name or estate listed that had approval that was mistakenly listed, or lack of unified record put them there?
No, you got what I just explained. What we also notice is that you find a situation whereby application was made in a particular name, and on site they change. So we will not have that record. You understand what I mean? An application was made, God is good estate. On site, you have Satan is bad estate. Okay. They are not the same thing.
Okay. So you are saying some of those are on ground, because when that's when the circular was released, and it includes names of companies that have done 50%, 70% of processing, the damage done cannot be undone by saying they've done 50 or 70%. No, the damage done to the entire real estate industry is huge. I felt like it was within the Redan group, Redan Lagos, it was more like, it seemed like the government is intentionally trying to attack the industry, as opposed to, and there are many meetings forums for meetings and negotiations that are ongoing. So why was that release done in such a way that would put the companies into crisis? It's not even panic, it's crisis. You have no idea within 24 hours how many people have said they want a refund. The company will shut down. It will not look like all real estate companies in Lagos bad, and yet we talk about how much fund real estate in the rebased economy ranks #1. So what are we hoping to achieve with this? And could we have done it with a human face to sustain those businesses?
Part of this exercise also has to do with compliance.
Okay.
Now, in the approval that is given, if you have a deviation, you have rendered that approval useless. That's not, and majority of them falls under that. It's very simple. Let them come. Any one of them that can get 100% clearance, then he can go to the press and say, no, their name was wrongly publicized.
Some have gone to the press.
So, let them go. I mean,
is it possible that the process, the timing, the delay in the entire process discourages them from, because we see the things that happen sometimes when you go to these ministries, how, they're deliberately delayed. Something that you have the paperwork, somebody tells you. In fact, recently I went to land. They don't allow visitors on Mondays and I think Thursdays or Fridays anymore, so that they claim that it's for them to be able to work. So a lot of some of these things, whether approved, whether transparently known or not, delay the process. You go and you keep going. I once filed to physical planning. Thank God you're from physical planning, because the Lagos State Housing Scheme, Ikpaja, is where my client's property was. And Monile cut the property left, right, and sold it. And so they have their valid papers. I wrote to the ministry. I still have copies of those letters. The person that was assigned to me, he made it so difficult. Every time he has to go, I'll come drive him all the way to the scheme. When he gets there, he will talk. I will expect, meeting, that kind of thing. Almost as if you have to do. So some of these internal impediments that we suffer can be discouraging to a real estate company to finish up. So I have already filed. Let me just sell my market, because they're business people. They're trying to get money. Since it's in process, we'll be doing it small. Some of these, are there things that, is this a possibility, and are there things that you're also doing
easier
to make it
ease of doing business?
Yeah, thank you very much. You see, I'm not just a commissioner for fiscal planning and urban development. Before I came in here, I've participated very strongly in property development.
Okay.
Very, very strongly. I was deputy MD of Intercontinental Properties. I left NNPC as AGM Properties. I've developed over 87 estates in this country.
Okay.
And I know the procedure. It's so simple and easy. And if anybody wants to dispute, let them come up on this. When you are making a submission for an estate development, it's a job that is very serious and are mostly done by consultants.
Okay.
Consulting town planner, consulting architects, consulting estate surveyors. So the procedures are very clear. It's very clear. It's very, very clear.
And easy. So what causes the bottlenecks?
Like I said, it has to do first with the zoning. You have a situation, in most cases, people buy lands that are not buildable. Like I've just said, you got a land that is off what you intend to do. It will definitely take you time before you can skate through it. If you go and buy a land in an industrial area and you now want to do residential area, it's not going to be that straightforward.
Okay, so there are some of
these.
these
I have to go on a break because I'm not even sure I have understanding yet. Let me go on a very short. We're going to come back. We'll come back with more questions. Stay with us. Right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Are you a foreign national living
on my phone? No matter where I am, it's quick, easy, and always on. And hey, you can join us by scanning the QR code or using the link on our X and Instagram. Why wait? Come to the side of news that keeps you ahead. TVC News, first with breaking news.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amakora Akwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Barkamu da warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Muriah Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of Your View are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
The TVC News at 7 and the TVC News. I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate.
Imagine a country with over 320 languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo? Where we get a common language, where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self, and every person where they for street. That's why we introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station where they unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show, Waiting Day, with your brother, your friend, Wale Po.
Everywhere. So,
this na Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Aww.
Now we be what's up Naija crew. Now we they give you wetin dey sup for inside we country. Yes, so keep it loud.
If God be your papa, why you not gonna make younger?
Compound wahala. Now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, we right here. Nobody better than we, right?
I can always best be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go hear.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Breaking news isn't just.
Imagine a country
staying with us, we still have with us the Honorable Commissioner, Dr. Olumide, here with us. Let me ask this question, because as a Nigerian and as a Lagosian, one of the things I like to do is start from the answer to the question. We all have one objective: to build the economy, the real estate economy in Lagos State. And if that's government's objective, I would like to work our way back such that we are trying to help the industry, not destroy it. Yeah. Which is what, to echo what Talk was saying, that we're not, yes, we understand when government wakes up, because in the past, people were just building anyhow. And we understand when government says, I am here now, this is how it is, we understand. The process is here, it is in play. Now, what would have been better is government to say, okay, we have 176 estates in process. We ask that you complete your process. We know we have approved some, or these are not approved. Please complete the process so that this will not, that is
illegal.
That helps to cushion the effect, understanding that you don't want a windfall of people taking out their money because it's going to affect the bottom line. So that's the worry when Nigerians say, we understand your government, but pick your words properly so you're not causing a problem. Do you agree, sir?
Well, I do agree that one should pick words correctly. However, in this case, I'm still of the opinion that we've not gone outside the normal norms.
By using illegal estates?
Yes.
Wait, I want you to define that illegal estates properly so that Nigerians understand.
I've just told you, if you have a certificate,
okay, so
your name is Olu.
Okay.
Femi, and
your estate is now
your real name is Olafemi, and you think you can just add a small comma, you've rendered that certificate null and void.
Okay.
So
it's as simple as that.
Okay.
For us, once you have a 0.001% outstanding, it's still not a valid.
Okay, so let me make sure Nigerians understand what I'm hearing. Yeah. You said two things now. There could be a name problem, discrepancy with the name. Maybe you put your name Jide.
No. I'm just saying that if you have a certificate, not planning something now, maybe WAEC or degree or whatever.
Yeah.
You think you can just change Olu to Ola, you've rendered it useless. So in our own approval, if even an approval is given and you've deviated by even the smallest element of it, you've rendered that approval null and void.
No, but so what
which makes that place illegal.
You gave
because you've not complied with the basic approval.
That's within the infrastructural development ongoing there.
Not only infrastructure, we also have number of units. If you have an approval of 36 units and you build 38, is that the same?
So that's the second one.
That estate is illegal.
Wow.
No, but 2 houses are illegal.
Yes, it's illegal.
But when you say the estate is illegal,
it's illegal because you have deviated from the approval granted.
So
it's there in the approval that you do not have right to change or alter or do anything outside.
I agree, because we've seen issues that happen based on deviating from approval. What we're saying is not even about that. Raising extra floors, changing the dimension of the rooms, all of those things are valid. But here, we are declaring an estate that this entire project is illegal, and we are giving room for rectifying it. That already sort of contradicts each other, because if it is illegal, it is illegal, like we are going to destroy you. Yeah. But if it is that these projects are contravened, we are not in compliance, these estates are not in compliance, they have 21 projects. It's a different language. That illegal language is a language of...
This was not...
Everything you are doing is wrong.
Yes. So sir,
you have different
for
people
those of us, for those of us
law.
listening, when we hear illegal estate, one, you don't have the papers for that estate that you have. So you're a fraudster. You have scammed people, and we have found that you are scamming people. So that's what people are hearing. So that's why we're saying it's important that language is very specific to the message you want to send, to reflect exactly what's happening. Because what I'm thinking here, that many times, government will put out circulars that can be so destructive, but because we don't have the situation where
we don't have data
can sue the government for just that language and the business it may cost.
No. We have a committee, appeals committee in the ministry. If you've run foul of the law, they can report there.
Okay.
If any one of them have enough evidence, let them come to the appeals committee.
If you have a circular that says this, you put my asset and that is illegal, and all that is that cost me business, and all that was required was maybe, as you said, a comma in my name to just rectify the name.
No. Don't get me wrong. The comma in the name I said was just to justify the logic of, okay, if you have gone outside outside. I just use that as an example. You have a certificate. Now, in the approval that are given for development, it's there that they don't have right to deviate from this thing, or else they render the null and void.
Okay. So that means they don't even have an approval at the end of the day. If they do deviate from what was approved originally. So I think illegal captures it.
Of course.
But my question
if there is a need, I mean, it's not cast in stone. If, for example, along the line, there is a need for a change, I mean, the only thing constant is change. You come forward and effect and it's documented.
So since government is for all of us, Moral just asked that, what the objective was. If it is it's to regulate the system, why not protect the businesses also? But my fear now is, as government, you also have the responsibility of protecting the consumers, the people who subscribe to these estates in the first place. They did not do the approval. Their monies have been expended to the companies. Now it's illegal. What can you do to protect them?
Let me give you one example.
So we don't come and see truck.
Layout approval submission is a very, very detailed document for which you have engineering, legal, environmental, so many things. Now, you have an estate that says the water reticulation will be such that there is a central supply. The submission and the approval was based on the fact that there is a central point of water distribution. And along the line, it is not done. You now have individuals drilling their own boreholes. Is that not? Can't we classify that as illegal?
Okay, so what are
some of... there are implications for multiple boreholes within an estate as one. If you know ab initio that that's the system you want to, it will be declared like that. The engineers will assess and come up with engineering solution to that. Not that this is what we plan to do, and you now
go behind, which we know that we do in Nigeria, so we are not going to be naive about that. But sir, when customers want to buy properties, we see these companies come out and tell us, don't worry, we have all the papers, we have this, everything is done government level. So what should a client, a buyer ask? What are the questions that they should ask? What are the papers that they should look at, so that they also protect themselves from falling victims to something like this?
Well, I think last round now you can confirm the authenticity of that company, whether they are even a registered estate developer. That's the starting point.
Okay.
So if that one is cleared, now you are now discussing in that, then you should be able to ask for the approval of that particular estate. In this case, the starting point will be the layout approval, that the government has approved this layout. Then also, you are also expected to demand for your own, because one thing is the layout approval, which example can be the whole of this table. Now, your own building is just this cup. Apart from the layout, you should also have the detailed approval of that your own unit.
Okay.
And they are supposed to even do you an assignment which will be registered with lands, showing that your own, with all the necessary beacons, around your own plot. They should be able to have that. That qualifies them that, yes, this is my building, approved within overall enclave.
Okay. It's eye-opening.
No, it's okay. It's process. Now,
to go on a break. I'm still trying to take in what you just said. Let's go on a break. I hope you are still. Are you in a hurry somewhere? Because it looks like there are a lot of questions jumping in for you.
Yes.
Let me go on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Start your day and have a good time.
Kivo Creamer.
And where you need to have the break time.
Kivo Creamer.
If not tea, or garita.
Kivo Creamer. Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government that will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyinbo here to Apapa Road.
Study,
over there.
Conquer. Now fun.
We are providing what we call permanent solutions.
And providing financial support to students across the nation.
Thanks for staying with us. We still have our guest with us. Papa has a question.
Yes, so, sir, the entire 176 estates that you mentioned, that they have a window of 21 days to rectify. Some people online said maybe it's just a revenue generation drive for the government, because the process of approval would mean that all these people would have to pay monies. And I would like, you were explaining to us between the break, so that is one question. You explained to us between the break how some people get partial approval and don't get full approval, and why that's an issue. So the first one is it a revenue generating process? And then number two is the partial approval, how does it take place, and how can customers protect themselves?
Well, it is not for revenue drive. It's not a revenue drive activity at all. The amount they pay for layout approval is not a serious amount. I mean, they all know that was not serious. It's not for any revenue drive at all. At all. Now, let me give you one scenario. And this thing is not even new, because, like I said, we started as far back as February, March of 2024. We've been going around, letting them know how they've gone off the rail before we go all out today. Now, let me give one example where you have an expanse of land, and because sometimes some people consider the layout approval as a bit difficult, because we are very, very thorough in terms of the requirements. What we are expected to have, your engineer analysis, powers analysis, road analysis, drainage analysis,
geography
water,
reference, topography map, stamp signed, contour map, topography map showing spots, 3D contour map, location plan, soft copy of layout.
Exactly. Because if you have a land, for example, and you do a topographical map, and it shows the level of the land, that level might mean that you may have to commit some serious money on that side before you can commence construction. That's one of the, I don't want to say bad, one of the area where I see that some developers may find it very difficult. Now, running away from that, you now find a situation whereby some clever developer may want to come in and say, okay, they'll make an application for, let's say, 2 blocks, because it's just like as an individual developing his own house. The requirements there are very simple. Just approach LASPA, and so they do that. After that, they apply for the next one. After that, they apply for the next one. Meanwhile, it's supposed to be a whole block of estate, and that's why in some estates, if you go around, example, during this rainy season, they have some areas heavily flooded. It's because they have not made plans to attack that kind of a problem. If a proper layout is being done, that problem will come out visible. They will know. And like I said, correcting those problems sometimes might be very, very enormous in terms of the money that they will expend in correcting those problems. So these are reasons why sometimes they go, for example, an estate may come up with a power requirement that will involve even license from Mines and Power. It's that big. So some may consider that as difficult and they want to go the cutting corner side.
So, sir, there's a question here saying that, okay, now this 170, after 21 days, what's going to happen? Are you going to shut it down? Are you going to demolish? What exactly is going to happen?
After the 21 days, we'll go in with another timing, which will, after this one, the next stage is token. Before you get to demolition is the very, very final. And we don't demolish without the governor's approval. We don't demolish without the governor's approval. We get governor's approval before we demolish.
So some of the requirements, they cannot
for those of them that are who doesn't want to comply on time, we'll do a bit, which is we'll approach them, we'll talk. But we'll first seal. When we seal, we'll give them some time again to effect the correction before we start talking. And after, at the end of it, we'll get the governor's approval to remove if we need to remove.
Are you saying that every demolition in Lagos that happens, the governor's approval is given?
Of course, you need the governor's approval.
Just checking. Okay.
So some of these things that requirements is not something people can finish within 21 days. Or are there things can they finish all the requirements within 21 days?
21 days is 3 weeks. 15 good working days.
Yes, you mentioned there was previous warnings.
They are not new to it. They know all the requirements. They are not new to it.
Okay, I think I have time for me to let you go.
Please let me quickly ask this question. So, my question now is about affordable houses in Lagos. Majority of people fall into the traps of some maybe illegal structures or monile buying because they're trying to get affordable properties that they can say, this is my own. You mentioned during the break 250 square meters. Some people I know someone that's built outside Lagos on a 150 square meter and I've been to the house. Uncle is a landlord though. He bought his land. Him and his friends shared 600 square meter, 824, and they built the house there. So how do we now solve the problem of housing in Lagos, ensuring that it's easy for the average to get?
Let me add to that question, because also some of us, when we travel to countries like China, we see people go up. They raise this thing, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, we can't keep having all these small duplexes across because we have millions of people who are looking for homes. So when do we plan to go up where people can actually have more, accommodate more? So it's all about planning.
When we start building real strong structures.
See, you are just buttressing our own position here. When plans are produced, like I said, that's zoning. They also go into the nitty-gritty of defining the
how many floors per area,
how many floors an area, the number of families and all this stuff. They are all there. Like for example, now in Lagos, we all know what's the total land in Lagos? 3,577 square kilometers, of which 30% thereabout is water. Now, we all know, and the population keeps increasing every day. Housing deficit of about 4 million in Lagos. We know it's huge, and we know. And in the ministry, we're already reviewing our plans to accommodate vertical development rather than horizontal development. Now, the shocking one is that some around, I think Ekpe or so, there was a notice signpost displayed, and they just cut out. I mean, we should be, be ready to have decent and, livable development, not just for the purpose of that we all need a house. You have just rows of building. I mean, you don't do layouts like that. Shouldn't they have some green to create some children to run around and play ball and things like that? Isn't that desirable within an estate?
There are townhouses that are built.
Isn't that you have a whole plot of land filled with houses.
Yeah,
no single area for children to run. I mean, does that make sense?
It does not make sense.
Unfortunately, that's all we can take. We have to wrap
make
up.
sense.
But thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
For helping us get clarity on this, and we hope that we're able to rectify some of this. Thank you very much. That's all we can take on this segment. When we come back, move on to our hot topic of today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Mealtime is game on. Meet my Sure Bet Game Changer, made from natural ingredients to deliver game-changing chicken aroma and taste for my whole team.
Mom, why did we not use this before?
It's one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Breaking news isn't just about speed, but more importantly, about fact and accuracy. It is responsible journalism, being ahead, unbiased, sensitive, in telling the stories that people would want to hear in a way that protects their sanity and for the public good. And it goes beyond breaking the news to actually following up, exploring all the angles, engaging newsmakers, tracking impact, all geared towards informing, educating, and setting agenda for the people. Breaking news is holistic, entire, complete. It's about you, me, and the world we live in. Breaking news is at the core of what we do at TVC News, and it's the honor of my life to serve you this news, fresh off the press.
TVC News, first with breaking news.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers.
Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government that will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyingo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless.
Amade
Doja Salamadini, I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur. Welcome to our hacker. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of Your View are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
Thanks for staying with us. So our hot topic today, in a nation where wealth and power intersect, one question lingers: how do the rich get richer? Former governor of Abia State and Senate Chief Whip Orji Uzor has made a bold accusation claiming that most Nigerian billionaires acquired their wealth through illicit means. In a video, he says that apart from me, that don't steal, everybody who is a billionaire today in this country stole government money. He said it so emphatically that he was convinced that every billionaire is a thief. And I think I told our viewers on this show several times that my father raised me to think every rich man is a thief. So much that he used to drive this Mercedes 200, and you see his colleagues buy the V-Boot version, you upgrade, and they're asking, where did they get the money from? That where I earn my own salary. It's constantly making it look as if this 200 is all he's having. And then my mother will be insisting that she wants to buy. My mother bought a Daewoo, and he'll be upset, why would you buy a Daewoo? Try to show me. It's like, I have money. So there was this thing of, once you are rich, you have to have stolen money. What are your thoughts on Senator Orji Uzor comment, saying that he is not have never stolen? Aside from him, I think I was pointing at Pastor Rudele Momodu too, that way. Even you too, you didn't steal money. Every other person who is a billionaire stole money. Call us on the numbers on your screen to share your thoughts. 0201-1635-2013, 090-241-63440. Also send us messages on X and YouTube, and we'll be happy to read your thoughts. I'm not sure if our producers will show the clip, but what's the bone of contention here is the fact that when we see a lot of rich people who probably don't have anything they are producing, there's no manufacturing company that we know of, that they know they are doing. We just know they have money. And
unexplained wealth.
Unexplained wealth. And people respect them. And people extol what they are doing without really understanding what is behind. So it brings to the fore, do we begin to question the wealth?
Let's first deal with Senator Orji Uzor, who is the only righteous billionaire, the only honest billionaire, and he seemed to have a very good gift of being able to spot how corrupt other people attain their billions. It reminds me of the Yoruba saying, no more later. Like, if you will not be able to identify something you are not part of. So for you to be so sure that this person is corrupt, you must have been around them long enough. I feel that there's a lot of controversy around Senator Orji Uzor. For him to make such a statement, he's most likely going to be digging. You know, when you go and put your mouth into your hand into the lion, you cannot complain when you get beaten, because people would unearth different scandals from the past that they use to buttress whatever they believe. I'm of the opinion that he's done business. He's not one of those that you cannot say this is what I did.
You can trace his own business.
You can trace his businesses. He's done several businesses. However, there are many he should know, because he's from a region where there are many billionaires who will tell you their warehouse. They will show you their warehouse in Computer Village, or show you their warehouse in Aba, or show you. There are many. I do not like a sweeping statement that makes it look like you cannot legitimately build wealth. I will not sit and stand for that. Like, I'm sitting down. I wanted to say I will not stand for that, but I'm like, I will not sit nor stand for that, because I believe that we must give hope for people to build wealth legitimately. When we make wealth become so scarce, people will feel like the only way to attain it is to be corrupt or to kill. So for him at that level to say that and exempt himself like I am one amongst, and I am not, there are very few of me. That's wrong. We need to make it, we need to ensure that everybody can aspire and work their way into building legitimate wealth, even if it is not in the billions. But there are people that have done this in the billions legitimately. And so we shouldn't wipe and automatically color their journey as a corrupt journey. We shouldn't color their effort and hard work as a corrupt one just because it looks good or is a good sound bite.
If you consider that usually government is where the money is a lot of times, and many people who probably have legitimate wealth probably sourced some of their funds from maybe government contracts. I'm not trying to say you're right.
Talk to my Igbo brothers. I'll find the Igbo part of me. Even my Ijebu brothers.
Even the point I'm trying to make is that a lot of people went born with wealth. There's always something, one opportunity. I know one governor, I want one person that gives me a contract. So I make 100 million from this contract.
And then I multiply.
And from that 100 million, I then begin to go and buy spare parts or go and do real estate or do something. So he is saying that the truth is the source of the wealth of many of the billionaires we see today is probably from government funds.
Why wouldn't he know? Former governor, sitting senator, what a position has he held again?
Chief whip.
Position plenty. Then the one that we make him know is that he was convicted by the Lagos Division of the Federal High Court on Thursday, 5th of December 2019, and sentenced to 12 years in prison for 7.65 billion fraud. This fraud was because while he was governor for 8 years, he was using his company SLOC Nigeria Limited, using it to defraud the people of Abia State, according to the documents that are public. This is not me saying it. And then he went on appeal, and the Supreme Court finally said, the judgment of the Supreme Court was that his trial was wrongly conducted, not that he was acquitted. The Supreme Court then ordered a retrial. And that retrial, because the High Court judge, while sitting as an High Court judge over his matter, was promoted to the appeal court, and he continued to hear the matter before the High Court, as opposed to, a new judge who is of the High Court cadre to continue the matter. So the details of his matter is not even because that the matter was clearly that is the Pope as he's painting himself to be. It's just that, technicalities happened.
According to you.
That's I'm reading.
According to
the public documents on Wikipedia, you can check.
According to her.
No, not to me.
No, because
the court ordered
because it was nullified.
If the court acquitted him,
it's a different thing.
Dismissed the matter. His armpit safe, all the body is innocent. The court said that his trial was conducted wrongly. That, let me give you details. According to them, Justice
the judge
Justice Eko declared that Justice Idris, who conducted Mr. Kalu trial, already became a judge of the appeal court when he ruled and sentenced Mr. Kalu and his co-defendant as a trial judge. He held that the justice of the Court of Appeal cannot operate as a judge of the Federal High Court, and ordered that the chief judge of the Federal High Court reassign the case for trial. He was released into the custody of Nigerian Consular prison back then in 2020. That's just the detail of the matter. What I'm trying to say is that.
Thank you, my sister.
Everybody is a thief. You know, these kind of statements that we do out of sentiment and everything, we don't even understand the sensitivity of our people. But the way it's paining us, the way it's paining us, he water it down. We all the lifetime Nigerians are looking for the Messiah, that innocent person with angelic characteristics that will come and take us out of our poverty. To come and start a conversation like this is to distract us and annoy some of us with this kind of conversation. So, as I said, which politician, including himself, is even innocent?
So, as I said, according to you, and this is what I mean. When I say according to you, you are explaining it and going further and looking at details. All he has to do is take that certificate that says it's been nullified, and that makes him a saint according to the law. Simple. That's what I'm saying, Yes, there will be details where you can look in, but he can stand anywhere and says that the charges against me were dropped. I've been let go, and he can use that anywhere. And that is, he's standing on that today to tell you that he's not a thief. But for me, I'm like, is he a billionaire? Yes, he is, right? So he can tell us about billionaires, and this is just to you, where you're saying that a sweeping statement. So I guess he understands how many of them have gotten their wealth. Now, I can't speak for anybody. I'm not a billionaire, and I'm not a thief. so I can't really speak to what he's saying. But I have heard many people who have gotten billions, or close to people who have gotten billions, because the billionaires themselves don't call themselves thieves, and have said in many ways that they have acquired, or they're sure that they have acquired their wealth, even if it's not outright stealing. For some, there's also that where you play the system, where you understand how to play the system, where you understand the loopholes and how to take advantage of those loopholes. It's not the most honest way, it's not also the most transparent way, but sometimes they are able to do it in such a way that they're not really doing something terribly bad, and yet it's not so good, you know. So yes, I think that to get a certain amount of wealth anywhere globally, you have to get to the point where you are taking advantage either of a group of people, a system, or something. And I think based on that explanation that Mr. Uzokalu must fall under that. Because if you were to go by fairness, really, and how the world should work, then we shouldn't, I don't think one person should be able to acquire, you know, that amount of wealth all to themselves if the system is really quite fair.
Thank you very much for where you're taking us, because that's where I want us to go. Because where we lead this conversation to, you know, I think we read the papers some time back recently where they were saying they're trying to regulate what they mean by finder's fee, because I can get you, I can link you up with Nima and insist that once Nima, when the contract comes out, 30% must come to me. Now that 30% coming to me, people say, oh, it's your finder's fee now. But the truth is that it's reducing the work you're about to do. So if you needed 70 million or if you needed 100 million to do the road, and I've taken 30% of that money, now you have to be forced to buy cheaper material. The cost. Or you even inflated the cost. So the point is that the money I've gotten is finder's fee in my mind is legal. But if you want to look at it, maybe it's illegal. Maybe I'm actually stealing. Just is a conversation.
Maybe legal. Or is it ethical?
Or is it ethical?
We're looking at wealth built around politics. That's not the only built around contracts, built around. There are people who will tell you that they have not done any business for any government agency or collected any contract from any government agency, and they have money. That's not their work. They are doing
specifically billions.
So even in the billions, trading, they're traders. Yes. So why do we make it look like the only way? The valuation of Paystack, was it based on the contracts that he collected from government, or was it based on anything? What, is that valuation based on contracts? It's not. It's valuation. Paystack is valuation based on I have built a tech company. Moneypoint is valuation based on I have built a tech company, and they're in the billions. So we must not look at it. We mustn't make being wealthy a scarce thing. That it is something you have to be using microscope to look for. Yes, we have grown in this world to a place where there is huge inequality in wealth distribution, money distribution, and it is very bad, very bad. So that we now have a disproportionate number of very wealthy people in the small sector, and then you now have a large portion of poor, as in poor. In Nigeria, it's even worse. Poor. In a way that the very, very poor have no hope of even basic life. In developed countries, they've been able to find a way to use taxing the rich to support the poor and ensure that there's basic balance of wealth. But here we have not done that. So the conversation around let us create a system that deals with corruption and deals with thieves. Deal with the thieves. Let's not call every wealthy person at that level thief. Then let us not create a system that taxes the rich to support the poor.
Which is what the tax reform is trying to do. Hopefully we launch in January. But the point I'm trying to make, I hear you. You're right. And I think many of us have also seen all those ideologies, all those buckets women, and they're actually trading in billions. So they have money. We might not be properly, but
in billions. Go to Lagos Island.
Those women are trading. So they are billionaires, actually. So I hear you. But what we're trying to say is not it's a parallel conversation. There are two conversations happening here. But there are people who claim to be billionaires, which is what Senator Oji said. Many of them actually,
no business.
The source of it is
from government kickbacks. And so capitalism is a system that allows such a thing. Elon Musk, if we sit down with the wealth, and we'll see his alliance, even the President Trump, will see that what capitalism encourages is such that we'll have this imbalance of wealth. And it's a system that we have gladly adopted in Nigeria. And so we are here, we'll leave it. But is it possible that even our own practice of it has ensured that 1% of them have to be people who made their money illegitimately through government kickbacks. Such that what you mentioned, which is a finder's fee, is legal. You get the if you easy run am, how they used to say, they will say if you easy run am, you know the person, now you know go collect the contract. Don't bring am for you. What I go get, I will see all those kind of things. They are culturally, you know, we have terms for them, plenty terms to explain what it is and what. So it's a way of our of life for us. Call on that, you know, and it's acceptable here. And so when he says it, it's possible that he's pointing to what is our reality and what operates here, including himself. That's the one that's even paining me. Don't remove yourself.
You should not exclude
all
himself.
Of your body is inside like this. So we are all together.
Yeah, transferring Yoruba to English.
so for me, as I said before, I just think it's globally. It's not a Nigerian thing, and it's not about calling out people. Don't be billions or you cannot make billions. That's not what this conversation for me is about. It's just to say that to make that amount of money anywhere in the world, it would require that some people will be shortchanged, a system will be shortchanged, a country will be shortchanged. The tech companies that you're talking about, there are so many cases, so many, that tells us of fake valuations abroad. I'm even talking abroad. Fake valuations, you value them for billions, but it's all based on lies. They are not really valued. But you look at the real money, is not equivalent to the billions. But you do all that also. It's like a PR move. You set them up for more business to come in. They all do all this sort of things. So that is also shortchanging the system. Now, thank you, you take me there. Now, in the world that we're in, they call it being smart, being, if you're the first person to do it, you know, you're able to get the advantage of doing it quickly before the law catches up and puts a law to protect the next. Do you understand? So that finder's fee, it's something to say, okay, I went there first, I'm able to, you know, get this, I should get a fee for that. Until then government comes in, a system or policy comes in to regulate it. So for me, I think when it gets to billions, because that is what he's talking about, you will need, whether it's in Nigeria or anywhere, you will need government participation. Even Elon Musk that we're talking about, it's very important for him that the American government, where he's situated, it's much, do you understand that they are embedded together? It helps with the values of his shares and things like that. It's just normal capitalism. But to say that there's no hanky-panky to get to that point, I don't agree. But, and then many people can make a lot of money, and a lot of money can be millions. That doesn't mean that because you're not a billionaire does not mean that you're not making a lot of money. You can be making a lot of money in the millions, and it's based on just, you know, ethical business and trading. Now, in Nigeria specifically, we always say corruption is so ingrained, right? And it's the truth. So I have a business. I've never worked with government before, but I need a paper to drop somewhere. I need to talk to someone, and you give somebody something to facilitate something, to lobby for something. It is still in that line of, you know, trying to take advantage, get advantage that your money can give you. It's not really purely, I'm sitting at home and this money just, you know, I'm sitting at home doing my business and everything is working for me. If you live in a country like ours where the system is ingrained in corruption, somehow, in order to even get by with your own legitimate daily activity, you find yourself paying some bribes here and there, you know? So that's just it. This is the reality of the world, is that when you get to that point,
let me take this call.
What you said was not about bribery. It was about stealing.
No, that's
collecting. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
No. Only one child.
Hello. You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I totally agree with Sister Nima and then partially with Tokwe. Let's even look back as far back as 1999. The set of politicians that come to power then, being a governor, being a senator, or whoever, some of them that still remain the same.
Go on.
I think we lost your code. Okay.
Oh, okay. So, like you said, we're having two parallel conversations. Yes, there are people who have attained wealth through corruption. We have a systemic, like we have a system that seems to redefine what corruption is, you know. But I feel that when a politician comes to make this kind of statement, even if the politician had been wealthy before becoming a politician, which is what Orji Sokali would say, because truly he had money before going into. There are people that they went into politics and they were driving in a fairly used car, and since they became politicians, they've never bought any fairly used car again. They buy brand new. Some people are like that. Oji Sokali was not in that category. He had money before he went into politics, and you cannot take that away from his history. However, was there a huge leap in the wealth he made as a politician? People, the state governor will say yes. As that leap, was it part of because he was in position of power? People would say yes. So when you live in a glass house, don't throw stones.
Is it possible that as a businessman, because I'm governor, people now patronize me more? Oh, that's Oji business. I would like to.
It can happen.
It was so juicy that you left 8 years as governor. He didn't retire.
And he went into Senate to serve.
You are still in that
corridor. Not to serve.
Oh no, service me.
He wasn't like take this cup from Hassan. No, he's serving. Hassan, thanks for calling. You're live.
It's not joined together.
You didn't join.
Hello, Hassan. You're live.
It's too rewarding now.
Hassan, go ahead, please. Go ahead. Yes.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Please, this issue of Oji, we should stop wasting our energy in discussing this issue, because I'm seeing him as a person seeking for relevance. We knew what happened to him, because all the accusations against him, I've never seen that in my life. There are over 10 accusations. He was found guilty on each and every one of them. So, and he was taken out of prison based on, these high people in power, favoritism, and that, what have you. You understand? Not that he was innocent. So this issue of saying all rich men are this and that, he alleges, he should be able to come and prove it. Because I do not subscribe to it. I cannot generalize. You understand? It's very, very foolish of anybody to generalize that every rich man is a criminal. No, it's not right.
Every billionaire.
Politics is so rewarding.
That for me.
He don't go back to business.
What he just said is where I stand. It's the generalization of billionaires. That's where I stand. I don't like, with life, we mustn't generalize, because even if majority fall in the category of being criminals, thieves and all of that, there are people who they didn't mix anything, they didn't add anything, they didn't steal, they're not corrupt, they are hardworking, legitimate people, not through any favor have built their wealth, doing trade, sitting down in that market every day, every night. So yes, there might be a few or majority who do it that way, but if we now say everybody is that way, we don't aspire to. We just feel this is a category that cannot happen to us, and we need to give people hope to aspire that they can build it. Because if you don't think it is possible, it will not be your reality. Okay. That's where I stand. But the corrupt politicians, I agree. The fact that there are many people stealing, I agree. The fact that the system has not adequately punished wealth without any substance, I agree.
We need to prevent wealth without substance.
Prevent and punish. It works together, because when you punish, when you punish people that have wealth, you prevent more people from trying.
That means you're deterring.
Yes,
but if you prevent, people will make money legitimately. You have enabled them without the lives being
it's like a civil servant. He's earning salary, and he has the opportunity. You not come. You want to collect contract. Sometimes you have to. Something has to exchange hands, or they go through. They have appreciation. So the point is that you can't now be able to trace how much. This is a civil service. This is your salary.
And your children are abroad.
You are living your children abroad.
So I will not give the civil servant who has helped me to make about 30 billion. I will not give him
10%.
No, I will not give him money now. When I want to I'll give him a house. I'll give him. There was one person that was saying he has so many cars. All the cars in his compound, he didn't buy. It was a gift. The position that you had, this was how your kickbacks were done.
Exactly.
So I wanted to read this message from one of our fans, Ade Baptist. He says, whether we like it or not, why are there no other court or competent lawyer or judge to challenge the court's decision? I don't agree with him, but at the same time, if a process is flawed, what can the outcome be? Can it be justice?
No.
Why can't we use the same technicality to prosecute him? The NBA, I beg, no, they try. Like that of this country, I'm sure you know how many people have stolen ordinary fowl and yet end up in prison, and those that stole billions are walking free, making laws for those that are innocent. The annoying thing is that they will even send them to jail and not collect back the stolen wealth or grant them presidential pardon or state pardon. E.g., Mariam's former governor, that is from our state. Or did you read about the former respected and decorated officer that he said that Human Rights Commission are now demanding for state pardon for Kyari, talking about the officer. Why is the law, if people in high power can easily meet presidents or have the voice to escape justice even after prosecution, why do we even have state pardon? What was the intent of the law and the rationale for granting state pardon? Isn't it clear that the only people with strong influence and connections to the crime de la crime in society are the ones that will get such access? So a trial that is ongoing in court, the AG has powers constitutionally provided to stop it, to stop a continuing trial, and he can enter it. It's called nulli prosecute, and he will do it, and nothing will happen, and he doesn't have to come and give detail of how it's done. So if I'm in the corridor of power like Odikalu, and the court has ordered the retrial for me, and the AG, I finally befriend president, say, stay down that matter, you're going to win us Southeast. Simple and short, that's what we'll get.
Let me take this call from Joss. Ralph, thanks for calling. You're live. Good morning, Ralph.
Your brother is called.
Hello, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
All right, Mariah, good morning. And Dr. Aji and my sister from Jos. This is Ralph calling from
Your
Jos.
brother is called.
I want to appreciate your energy. Seriously, I think I will appreciate if you can divert your energy for things that are more important for Nigerians to benefit from. Discussing what this man has said, as far as I'm concerned, ordinarily a winch will always think every other person's a winch. It's as simple as that. When we talk about service, if truly the money he has gotten so far are genuine, they should go out of politics and let other fresh minds come and render the same service for us. Nigerians are hungry, and we should discuss on how things can get better in this country, not bringing issues that are not helping the Nigerians. So please use your energy for things that are more positive for us.
Thank you, and God bless you. Take the comments. Any other comments? Okay. We're going to be wrapping up on this very quickly. Let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll wrap up. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
The time has come to experience the power of faith, music, and praise. This is the Max Urban Gospel Chart Show. Every Sunday from 10 a.m. tune in to catch the pulse-pounding beats and soul-stirring melodies that will elevate your faith and leave a lasting impact on your heart. The Max Urban Gospel Chart Show. Every Sunday from 10 a.m. exclusively on Max FM, where we count down the best 20 urban gospel hits from around the world. Get your praise on. You're my provider. You're my provider.
you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to take a few comments on social media.
Okay. Queen B says, Orji Uzokalu is far from a saint. That man was the worst governor in Abia State. Him and his mother finished the remaining part of the state. Thank God for Alex Oti rewriting history there now. Brick House Capital says, I feel sorry for God. Because how will he judge Nigerian politicians on the day of judgment? Yes, Wike will even try and bribe Angel Gabriel with Abuja land on Judgment Day. Lord have mercy. There was one I saved.
You even saved it.
Fadiki Futa says, blanket accusation reinforce cynicism, which can discourage youth from pursuing leadership or public service. These kind of things. Because some youth just want to be wealthy, but they don't want the drama of an investigation, suspicions, anything. And right now, we have all of our young ones who are born leaders running from this, away from these things. I don't want to have party affiliation. Morale started the banter with, no, government, lie. Because of this kind of narratives.
Yeah.
Because of it. If he was in office and cleaning up the system such that a prevention of this kind of thing is what he has achieved, and he talks like this, I will even forgive what I've passed. That's the problem.
So I have to wrap up. I think what I got from what he was saying was more that stop trusting all these guys, because a lot of us, we look up to a lot of politicians,
wrong people,
and the truth is that when money is not well earned, it fritters away.
Money is not a virtue.
Exactly. And the truth is that when you begin to see what it is, what money is, it's supposed to be a tool, and you realize that real money doesn't come through these political means. They come, but it can be very, very fleeting. So the point, that what I'm getting for that is that don't look at, oh, this politician he has a mansion. That's not what young people should be looking at. What you should be looking for is substance. Who is creating?
That's the right question.
Don't even ask them questions. Who is doing something for the people? How is your wealth giving back? What are you manufacturing? What are you producing? What are you sharing?
If your business is a bar,
if you cannot do something where the people are benefiting, I don't know how people must celebrate. You shouldn't be at the forefront of a young person's admiration. So that's where I think that's what you
should be saying. Not even talking about
the money that you make. It's the work
that was the intention. His words were wrong, but they are also writing on YouTube.
Unfortunately, we have to wrap up.
I've do a strong thing. We are going to miss a lot of I want to.
I'm still here. I'm not gone yet. I'm still here. August 29th. I get at least 2-3 weeks. So you're still gonna still see me. I'm here. 29th is a long time ago.
And you're on social media as well.
I'll be hibernating for a while anyway. Just can't sleep. Let's go on a break. Abi,
we're ending the show.
That's all we can take on today's show. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Well done.